Hi, welcome. We are here at Maker Faire 2011 in the Bazaar, and I am in Katy Kristen's booth. And we're here to talk a little bit about her paintings and her stuffed creations and her jewelry and whatnot. So, Katy, tell me a little bit about what you do.
Well, I kind of do a little bit of everything. I do painting and illustration. I love to make toys, dolls, stuffed animals. And I make a lot of jewelry, pins, and necklaces. Probably I use a lot of felt. That's probably my favorite material to use. That's...
So, when you paint, do you paint acrylic, gouache? What's your medium in paint?
I actually use acrylic and gouache, and then sometimes I do stuff totally in the computer. Usually I do a sketch first, and then sometimes I'll scan it in and then paint it into Photoshop, things like that. Usually I do the whole thing in like gouache or watercolor. Just depends on what kind of painting I'm doing.
Right. So, and then I'm noticing there's a lot of gnomes and mushrooms. Adorable. So, is that something you liked ever since you were little, or how did you start getting into that?
That's a good question. I took a trip to Germany when I was young, and there were gnomes and hedgehogs and mushrooms everywhere. And I wasn't totally bowled over by them on that trip, but then when I got home, I started finding that every time I saw them, I was really into them, and then now it's a total obsession. So pretty much all things cute, but especially hedgehogs, mushrooms, and gnomes.
So do you have an actual hedgehog at home?
No, they're illegal in California.
I know. I was hoping you were a renegade because I really want one.
I got to pet one at the San Francisco Zoo, though. They knew I was obsessed, and they brought one out for me to pet, so that's all I get.
You can watch a lot of YouTube videos of them rolling up in a ball.
I've already seen them, yeah.
Me too.
This would be an albino hedgehog, and he has little feet on the bottom.
I didn't see the feet. They look like tulips.
Big and tiny. Okay, so these are kind of the little, I call them the ragdoll cuties. And they come in all different shades, just like real people.
Nice. I have two daughters. One is vanilla and one is coffee. So there you go.
Yeah. And these are kind of regular.
Oh.
I haven't really come up with a name for these guys yet. They're basically just like little fruities. So.
Oh, Little Fruities is a good name. I think you came up with a good name already.
This is the apple one.
Oh.
So these guys here are my felt lariat necklaces.
And that's what you're wearing right now, too.
Here, and they're all wool felt, leather, and some of them have glass beads on them.
So pretty.
And then you can wear them a whole bunch of different ways. So I
Okay.
kind of tried to show that here. You can wrap them around, or you can pull them through a loop like this.
Fun. So basically like you do with the scarf, the same system.
A lot like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then the last thing I want to look at, because it's going to dazzle you, is her paintings. So let's go look at the paintings.
So I have a series of the garden gnomes of superheroes. And so far I only have 5. Eventually there's going to be a whole legion of superhero gnomes. But for now I have the Hulk, Wolverine, Wonder Woman, Batman and Robin, and Spider-Man.
Nice.
There's a little gnome circus. So those are all of them that I have in print so far.
I clearly noticed the circus, because we know how I feel about circus.
I like circuses too.
See?
It's sort of a thing where I like the imagery of the circus more than I like actually going to the circus.
Me too.
But
Well, I like the imagery of the circus and my notion of what the circus was like in 1958.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, or even like turn of the century.
Yeah, don't get me started on that, because that's just too
I
much.
spent like 3 hours reading a circus blog about that one day.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, thank you. It was fun chatting with you, and I love your stuff. It's really adorable. Thanks.